Hi there, Mike Slagle, Superintendent of the Ray-Pec School District. I'm here with Dr. Voelker, who's Assistant Superintendent of Academic Services. As you know, I came to you last week asking for your questions about our return to school. And Dr. Voelker, we have several of them. Dr. Voelker is going to help me answer some of these this morning for you, and we'll get right into it.
Happy to help.
Thank you, sir. You know, everyone is curious about what back to school looks like come next Monday. So here's a question. Are kindergartners going to be sharing school supplies, or will each individual student have their own set of items to use?
We've worked pretty hard so that we don't have to share supplies this year across multiple grade levels. When we do, we're going to sanitize in between, but no, at this time we think we are not sharing supplies.
Excellent, excellent. Dr. Voelker, we have several questions about the AB schedule and how that was determined. So tell me a little bit about the history of how AB came to place, and then how we decided on the schedule that we did.
Okay. Well, the goal was definitely to reduce class size so we could space our students out in grades 6 through 12. We did that by kind of a unique way. It's Family ID group within our Tyler SIS system. It's a randomly assigned number, and it actually looked to split the district fairly evenly. And so we thought that was a fair way to do it. We didn't do it by neighborhood, we didn't do it by alphabet. We looked at odds and evens and then split the group in half based on that Family ID number.
That sounds like a good way to do it.
Seemed fair.
Follow-up question would be then, how do we decide on which days students would be going to school and which days they would be all virtual?
We had a lot of discussion about that, actually. We looked at chunking the days together, maybe doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off, Thursday, Friday. But academically speaking, we thought it would be best if we had students Monday and Wednesday, and then in person then Tuesday and Thursday in other groups.
Okay.
Because your teacher would be able to have them, give them the assignment, set them up, do that in-person instruction, and then they could work on that at home the next day. Then the same thing with the second B group. We really didn't like the length of time from in-person if we put those days together. So it was really an academic conversation. What would be best for the students in their learning?
Yeah, sounds reasonable. Here's one. My child will be attending in-person class in second grade. What is the plan for those students receive a Chromebook if they are transitioned to distance learning at some point during the school year?
That's a great question. We're going to have Chromebooks and devices ready in every building to distribute quickly if we have to turn around and be virtual even the next day. So we have a process to check those out to those students so we can get those home. We will make sure each child has a device if we go virtual.
Excellent. Another B question as it relates to 8AB Day. On the B Day, since it really doesn't start until the Tuesday, what about Chromebook checkout, and how do those students navigate that B Day schedule?
Yeah. Group B does not have to worry about having a Chromebook on the very first day, on the 24th. On the 25th, when they come in, there'll be a checkout process. We'll get those Chromebooks to those students, and they will begin then. So I don't want them to stress about not having it on that Monday.
That's good to know. You know, we've received a lot of questions about lunches and what does the lunchroom look like. So will students still be able to eat in the cafeteria?
We really are not going to have students eat in the cafeteria. That is a very large group. When you put those students in there, it would be very difficult, or if not impossible, to socially distance. So students are going to be eating in their classrooms K-12.
And that was consistent with some of the guidelines that we received from the CDC, the Pediatric Association, Children's Mercy Hospital, of trying to isolate and not have large group gatherings as much as possible.
Absolutely. Yeah. Multiple health organizations suggested that.
So another lunch question. My son brings his lunch. Will he be able to get drinks from the cafeteria?
I believe so. There's a process. They'll come. They'll be able to get drinks and items that they need. The only thing we're not going to have available, in the past we might have, are microwaves or refrigerators. So if you bring a lunch from home, make sure it's one that you do not have to heat up or you don't have to store in a refrigerator.
And you just answered our last question. A viewer asked, or a parent asked, are kids going to be able to bring their lunches from home still?
Absolutely.
Outstanding. So these are just a few of the odds and ends questions. Dr. Voelker, thank you.
No problem. I hope I helped.
Parents, I want to thank you too for sending them in to us. This has been very helpful to get the idea what you're thinking about back to school. We're looking forward to a successful opening on August the 24th. We'll talk to you later. Thank you.